Beloved, pause for a moment and let this truth sink in. Your arrival at this message is not a random click or a fleeting curiosity. Heaven itself has orchestrated this encounter. Every step, every scroll, every delay that brought you here has been woven together with care. Sometimes we believe we are drifting through life by coincidence, but there are moments when eternity intersects our ordinary days. This is one of those moments. Right now you are standing at a doorway that God Himself has opened. You may have been searching for comfort, or perhaps you weren't searching at all. Yet here you are, drawn to these words, not by an algorithm, but by the gentle hand of the Father who sees you. It is no accident that your eyes are reading this and your heart is leaning in. The same God who spoke the stars into being is speaking to you now, calling you by name, whispering that you are known. Everything you have endured, every sleepless night, every unanswered question, every hidden tear, has led you to this appointed time. This message arrives as a beacon, a confirmation that heaven has been aware of you all along. Do not dismiss this as ordinary. The Spirit of God is present in this moment, reaching across distance and time to remind you of His faithfulness. You are seen. You are chosen. You are loved. This appointment was written into your story long before you were born. Even before you formed the words of your last prayer, the answer was already moving toward you. This message is part of that answer. Think back over your life. How many times have you been spared without realizing it? How many detours led you to safety, to lessons, to growth? Each one is evidence of a loving guide who has never left your side. You may have doubted if God still cares or still speaks. But your presence here is proof, He is still speaking. He has not forgotten you, and He is not silent concerning your future. This is not meant to scare you but to awaken you. There are seasons when God whispers and seasons when He calls loudly. Today His call is unmistakable. It is time to lift your eyes and notice His hand at work. Right now, you are not merely watching or reading, you are participating in a divine conversation. Heaven is reaching into your ordinary day, delivering an extraordinary message of reassurance. Let your heart be still and receive it. Allow yourself to believe that this is not coincidence. Trust that you are in the center of His awareness, that your path is under His watchful eye. This appointment carries both comfort and direction. Comfort, because you are not forgotten, direction, because God is preparing to guide your next steps. He has drawn you here to remind you that He has a plan. So, chosen one, breathe deeply and know, you are exactly where you need to be at this very moment. Heaven has aligned this encounter as a signpost on your journey. God Himself has guided you here, and this message truly is for you. Beloved, pause right here. The fact that you are reading or hearing these words is not a casual accident. Heaven has arranged this very moment as part of a much larger story about you. You may have thought you stumbled across this message while scrolling, but unseen hands have been guiding your steps. Each delay, each nudge, each curiosity has brought you exactly to this point. There are moments in life when the ordinary becomes sacred. This is one of those moments. Right now, eternity is brushing against time to get your attention. The same God who formed the stars and called them by name is the one calling you now. He is whispering that you are not forgotten and you are not invisible. Everything you've endured, the questions, the disappointments, the sleepless nights, has been preparing your heart to receive this very reassurance. It's not random, it's part of your unfolding journey. When you feel lost or unseen, God is still orchestrating. Your arrival here is a reminder that you have been on His mind all along, even when you didn't sense it. Long before you asked your last question or whispered your last prayer, the answer was already being set in motion. This message is a piece of that answer reaching you today. Look back at your path. Can you see the unexpected turns, the sudden stops, the closed doors? Each one may have felt confusing at the time, yet each one protected or redirected you toward this moment. Somewhere deep inside you've wondered if God still speaks. Your presence here is living proof that He does. He's speaking to you now, reminding you of His nearness. This isn't meant to alarm you but to awaken you. There are seasons when God whispers, and seasons when he speaks more clearly. Today, his voice is unmistakable. Right now, this is not just a video, not just a page. This is a divine conversation with your heart, a signpost planted by God to get your attention. Take a breath. Let yourself believe that you're not here by chance. Trust that you are seen, known, and guided in ways beyond what you can measure. This appointment is both comfort and direction. Comfort, because you're not forgotten. Direction, because God is about to show you the next step. That's why you've been led here. So, chosen one, stand still for a moment and receive it. You are exactly where you need to be. This is your divine appointment, and this message truly is for you. Chosen one, now that you know this moment is no accident, take courage. God's plan for you is not only real but active. Even if you can't see the whole picture yet, he is at work on your behalf. This is the point where revelation becomes response. You've heard his promise, now let it sink into your heart. Allow hope to rise again where despair has lived too long. God's word says he plans to prosper you, not to harm you. That isn't empty comfort, it's a guarantee from the one who cannot lie. Hold on to that truth as an anchor. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but you can trust the one who holds tomorrow. Every detail of your journey is already in his hands. Right now, he is inviting you to shift your focus from fear to faith, from confusion to confidence, from merely surviving to walking in his purpose. Take a deep breath and whisper, I trust you. This small act of surrender opens the door for peace to flood your heart, even before circumstances change. Begin to expect goodness again. Expect doors to open, expect clarity, expect healing. Not because life is easy, but because God is faithful. This is also a moment of decision. Will you let go of the weight you've been carrying? Will you dare to believe that his plans really are for your good? You're not asked to have everything figured out. You're only asked to take the next step with him. One step of trust at a time is enough. Let your prayers become conversations, not just requests. Ask him for guidance, but also sit still long enough to listen. In quietness he will speak. Remember, you are not walking alone. Angels surround you, grace sustains you, and the Spirit of God walks beside you in the everyday moments. Start looking at your life through the lens of promise rather than the lens of pain. Hope isn't naive, it's the posture of someone who knows they're held. Allow this message to be a turning point. From here on, lift your head a little higher, pray a little bolder, dream a little bigger. God delights in your courage. So, beloved, step forward in faith. Your future is not a mystery to him, it's a masterpiece already forming. Walk into it with hope, knowing the one who called you here will never leave you. Chosen one, everything you've heard so far has been preparation. Section 4 is about movement. It's about walking out what you've just received, not only hearing but living. Hope and faith are not passive. They are a way of walking, a way of breathing. When you stand up from this message, your steps can be different because your perspective has shifted. God never calls you without equipping you. The strength you need for the next season is already within reach, it comes as you lean on him day by day. This isn't a call to perfection but to progress. Small, consistent acts of trust, a prayer, a kind word, a bold decision, build a new path beneath your feet. Begin to practice gratitude. Look for traces of his goodness in your day. The more you notice, the more your faith will grow, and the easier it will be to keep moving. Write down what you've heard today. Treat it as a promise letter from heaven. When doubts come, you'll have a record of what God whispered to your heart. Connect with others who share this journey. You were never meant to walk alone. Community, even small and simple, strengthens your resolve. When fear tries to return, remember this moment. Remind yourself that you were chosen, guided, and spoken to. Use that memory as a shield. Celebrate small victories. Each answered prayer, each moment of courage, is evidence of God's hand moving in your life. Make room for silence. In a noisy world, his voice often comes in stillness. Give him space in your schedule and he will fill it with direction. Don't be surprised if new opportunities or changes appear after this. When you align with God's plan, doors open, and sometimes they open quickly. Even if the path ahead looks uncertain, choose to take the next step. Trust grows as it's exercised, courage expands as it's used. Lift your eyes. Your story isn't ending, it's unfolding. What feels like delay may actually be divine timing bringing you to something far better. So walk forward, chosen one. Carry this message with you like a lamp for your feet. God who guided you here will guide you onward, from promise, to appointment, to action, to a life marked by faith and hope.